of the reasons that I was chosen to do this work is that I had kind of given up on having dreams. I had actually come to a place through doing A Course in Miracles where I was very neutral about what Tina, the individual, wanted in her life. So I had had ambitions when I was younger. I wanted to be a famous artist, but that was very ego driven. And I think there came to a point where I just said, the prayers I was actually saying when I started to channel were this: please make me a perfect communication device for God. That was my prayer.
Yeah.
And the reason I would say that prayer was because I still, even 12 years into doing A Course in Miracles, I wasn't that interested in the world. I wasn't that interested in becoming something. My fascination with spiritual material was the most important thing in my life, that and my artwork. And so I don't really have any personal goals. I mean, this work, the books, I was never this ambitious. I would never have dreamt to have 8 books published. I would never have dreamt that, you know, people are channeling because they've been following this work. It's just so much more than I ever would have thought of. But I think that's why it happened, because my ego wasn't involved. My ego didn't want anything. I think the place that I got to was a sort of happy, content place of humility in a way, which was very different than Tina before the course. Happy and humble was not what I was. But I think because the ego had been subdued through doing this work, that, you know, I see how much influence it has. If my ego was still active, you could make people do anything. You could make people do anything. And I have no desire. I keep a very low profile in my personal life. I keep my work separate from my personal life. You know, if Oprah phones me tomorrow and says, come on, I'll go on there. I'd be much more reluctant to do that now than 10 years ago. 10 years ago, that would have been a dream. But now I would think, oh, that's going to be too much fame. I'm not, I'm not interested in that, right? So personal, I'd like to remain healthy for a long time so that I can continue to do this work. I would love to see Jesus, My Autobiography made into a movie.
Should be great, otherwise.
That's what I would love to see, but it has to be made in a way that is an epic movie. It can't be done cheaply or badly.